Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. How'd you like that this morning? Time to make the coffee, folks. Yeah, first you take the coffee, then you push the thing down, and as you push the thing down, the beans turn into the coffee, and it makes the good stuff, and that's how I survive here in the mountains. It's coffee. Yes, it's good stuff. Okay, so told you there'd be all kinds of stories to talk about. We got some new special weather statements from Environment Climate Change Canada about the thunderstorm risk in British Columbia over the next few days. It's there. It's there. It's better than we thought. It's good. It's good. We even got a special weather statement for thunderstorms, folks. Yes! Okay. Also, 5% chance of naders within 20 miles of any given location down there between Seattle and Portland. So we got a chance of a nader outbreak, pretty high nader risk, and 5% in the weather world. Like if you're talking, if you're, in your normal life, like, well, there's only a 5% chance, you'd be like, I wouldn't bet on that in Vegas. But in the weather world, 5% chance means, whoa, because we're really understated about things, right? So that's how we are. We're very understated. So let's have a look at all the new details this morning so far, what we know about the nader risk today. Okay, let's go. There it is.
This is bad news.
My God.
Falling out right now. Anything could happen.
Get on! Wow.
I'll watch the video later. They dry mopping this.
So, knowing that meteorologist Chris Calais had night shift last night, but he wants to go tornado chasing today, or storm chasing, or hail watching, whatever's going to come through that Portland area. He's right now asleep, so we got a poll going on right now within meteorological chat right now. What time will Chris Calais wake up after the storms are gone? Nader whacks Chris's house while he's rubbing one out. Every 10 minutes he'll wake up, says Hank Vlistra. Next year, 6 p.m. or midnight, we will find out in just a couple hours time. Okay, well, while I got you here, make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe, or I'll kill ya. All right, time to get this coffee into me here. I can't make there we go, nice coffee. Can't make a weather show without having had a coffee yet. So here we go. I know it's a little bit late in the day, but for me to be getting up and making coffee and all that, but suck it. I do what I want. Okay. So here is, I'll get my face out of the way. Here is the bad news battle board today for Canada, British Columbia, and all that. Look at this. We got this wide swath that's heading right through towards Winnipeg, where we could be seeing snowstorms and things like that. And then we got all these grays for special weather statements here in British Columbia. Well, let's just get right to the chase, folks, because that's worth chasing around. Okay, so down here in Vancouver Island, first place that we got looking at here, special weather statements, some possibly strong thunderstorms and heavy downpours today. This afternoon and tonight. Small hail possible. Yep. Water pooling on roads. Sudden reduction in visibility due today. This is for Metro Vancouver, Fraser Valley, Greater Victoria, the Malahat Highway, Southern Gulf Islands. And here's the additional information Environment Canada gives us. The threat of thunderstorms will increase this afternoon as a warm front lifts across the area. After a brief break early this evening, a cold front will bring a widespread risk of heavy rain and thunderstorms to the south coast tonight, lasting into the overnight period. I would personally panic. The greatest threat from these thunderstorms are strong winds with 70-kilometer-an-hour gusts and heavy rainfall rates. There's a very small chance of large hail, 2 centimeters or greater, for areas near the U.S. border, such as Langley Township, Aldergrove, and Abbotsford. And it says, to report severe weather, please use X. No, do not use X. Why would the Canadian government agency tell you to use Twitter? Fuck Twitter. Okay. Special weather statement for this afternoon and this evening, where southwest BC interior could see heavy downpours associated with localized thunderstorms that lead to water pooling. And this is until Saturday evening, folks. This is a bit of a thunderstorm outbreak considering it's March. We don't get thunderstorm outbreaks in BC interior in March. Sometimes we get the odd flash of lightning, sure. This is something next level. Gusty winds near the thunderstorms. There's a risk of small hail. A persistent upper disturbance off the coast will form conditions favorable for the development of thunderstorms over the next few days in southern British Columbia. Unbelievable. And that even includes if you go to the highway passes. Highway passes have their own statement, so but it's still the same statement, so don't get confused by that. And I often do. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes that system is really good. Sometimes it's not. So this also includes the Caribou, where Caribou patches of dense fogs have formed. Oh, it's a fog advisory for us. Crap. Oh, I was hoping we had the storm until Saturday. Special air quality statement up there. Okay, that's no big deal. You're used to that. Over on the Alberta side, special weather statement here. Expect winter travel conditions from tonight to Friday across central Alberta. Heavy wet snow will begin this evening for areas like Grand Prairie, Whitecourt, and Edson on Thursday morning. That will intensify across central Alberta, including Edmonton. South of Edmonton across central and southern Alberta, including Red Deer, and areas east. Rain mixed with freezing rain possible before transitioning to snow Thursday afternoon. Snowfall amounts of 5 to 20 centimeters are forecast Friday morning across central Alberta, with higher accumulations of 25 centimeters near the Rocky Mountains and over west central Alberta. Okay, I'll stop saying it like that. I was just being funny. So that is heading on. It's all the way out to, someone was asking who the Weather Center Manitoba people are, where to find them. Weather Center Manitoba. Just Google that. That's all you got to do. I'm not here to make everything super easy for you. They are here on the YouTube. Justin's channel is. You can find them, and you will hear him saying things like heavy, rapidly accumulating snowfall with reduced visibilities and heavy snow localized beginning late Thursday and ending overnight Friday. That's how he actually talks, Justin does. Very sexy voice he has. Okay, a developing low-pressure system in Alberta will move into southern Saskatchewan Thursday, bringing heavy, rapidly accumulating snowfall to parts of western and south central Manitoba. The heaviest snowfall begins Thursday evening, continues into Friday morning before tapering off overnight Friday. Travel conditions are expected to begin to deteriorate Thursday evening and continue through the day for you in Manitoba. Could see 10 to 20 centimeters, could see 20 centimeters along the slopes of Riding Mountain and Duck Mountains, as well as the Swan Hills. Okay, let's get out of here. Marginal risk for severe out towards areas from Seattle on down to Vancouver, Washington, through Portland and down into central Oregon, right? And some of that is spilling up into BC. We do see more of an elevated risk for thunderstorms than maybe we thought in the BC interior. We'll talk about that some more, and some snowfall shit falling at the higher elevations. Of course, Friday's probably going to be messy if you're going over a high pass. Here's the tornado threat. If you're looking 5% tornado threat. So you can see 5% tornado threat. And I know you probably don't get it, that for us, a 5% tornado threat is a huge deal in the weather world, okay? What are we looking at for wind? 5% chance of wind event through there. So we could see some, we could see power outages even in southern BC. Could see some power outages. And then we got the large hail threat, the gorilla hail threat, pretty much mirroring where that tornado threat is. Okay, what's National Weather Service saying on their side of the border? There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across western portions of Washington today. Oh, you know what? I got to take a second here and okay, back to the show. That was really important, though. I had to do that. Okay, severe thunderstorms are expected across parts of the Pacific Northwest this afternoon and evening, with supercells possible west of the Cascades across Oregon into Washington. These storms may produce large hail, perhaps a tornado or two, and strong wind gusts. Could see a nadir. Okay, Pacific Northwest. Satellite imagery this morning shows an upper level low approaching the coast with mostly sunny skies over much of the region. 100 knot, 500 millibar. What's going on here with my screen? A 100 knot, 500 millibar speed max will rotate to the base of the trough and overspread coastal Oregon, Washington by mid-evening as the upper low shifts east. What they're saying is up at the jet stream level, they got a 100 knot push going on up there. That's going to help create the instability to a next level. An associated cold front should arc from Washington coast to southward along the Oregon coast by evening. So we've got this cold front that's coming along on the frontal boundary. The cold air advection in the mid-levels and the diurnal heating, the daily heating, will contribute to steepening lapse rates and the development of weak to locally moderate buoyancy. How buoyant is the air? Well, we're talking about surface-based CAPE that could reach 1,500 joules per kilogram. We've seen some higher numbers in the models, though, some that even are up in the 2,000s, and I've seen one model suggesting the SB CAPE could be as high as into the 3,000s, which would be something miraculous. I mean, that's like prairie storm chasing kind of levels, right? Okay, so strengthening large-scale forcing for ascent and negligible convection inhibition will favor isolated thunderstorms developing by mid-late afternoon, increasing in coverage through the early evening. Forecast photographs indicate supercells are likely stronger, more persistent updrafts. Large hail, 1 to 2 inches in diameters, will be possible. The elongated and perhaps locally I'm trying to read here, but it's like a really long paragraph and it's really hard for me. Okay. Forecast photographs indicate supercells are likely within the stronger, more persistent updrafts. Large hail, 1 to 2 inches in diameter, will be possible. The elongated and perhaps locally augmented hodograph in the vicinity of terrain favored areas. So we're talking about the hodographs are image that shows us what winds are doing at different levels. Are they going this way? Are they going this speed? Whatnot, right? So that's what we're talking about here, that those hodographs are showing better when you get to terrain. So terrain is likely to be something that helps whip these storms up. Okay, so like there's the Columbia River, for example, with a modest easterly component. It may enable a short duration tornado risk. Severe gusts are possible with the stronger cores and outflow surges as convection matures along during the evening and gradually diminishing a little bit late. Anyways, they do have for southwest Iowa some of that threat as well. They do have the Texas lower Rio Grande Valley as well with some of these storm risk, although really only marginal risk for down that very, very southern corner of Texas there by Mexico. Right, so nothing too crazy. Now let's have a look and we'll see if there's a MESO discussion on. No MESO discussion on, so that's nice. Current watches. No watches in effect. So our low's pretty strong, man. It's down in the 970s. It's gotten a little bit stronger than we expected. Now let's see where shit's gonna fire off today. Okay, do we have more coming into BC now than we expected? Certainly, the fact that Environment Canada is making a bit of a statement is interesting. Here we go. Let's look where we go. Northern Vancouver Island showing now. That's interesting. But it seems like now it's not so much ahead of the game like we were seeing earlier, but maybe that line could come through and does it get into BC? I don't know. Well, I'm still on the fence on this. But look at this stuff. We'll see. Could see on to Thursday morning some of that thunderstorm possibility coming a little bit north. There's slight changes in the modeling. Sure. One thing that seems new to me is that Environment Canada is saying that this could go on until the weekend. Okay, now we're going to watch the temperatures jump up pretty high. Look at Portland already at 9 a.m. was at 16 degrees. So they're going to get up close to 30, maybe 25 to 27 degrees, something like that today. And that's going to certainly be part of the story for them. We can see that low is really developing deeply. And we can see that first line of thunderstorms early this afternoon starts kicking off in southern BC. And we'll see how this all plays out. But it looks like my guess for Anarchist Mountain is now showing up pretty good today, friends. So friends, Christian Valley, we're asking there. Yeah, I mean, every time we look at this line of thunderstorms they had predicted seems to go a little bit further to the east. And do we see some lightning into Vancouver in the late night hours? Yeah, maybe. And then we see this next line of thunderstorms come up at 3 a.m. even. Could see lightning in Nelson at 3 a.m. That seems insane. Seems ridiculous to me. A little bit of freezing rain going up through Highway 1 corridor. Yeah, that's going to be gross. Now you can see that big storm track that we're talking about for Alberta. See all that snow going right down towards Manitoba. Heavy rain through the Caribou Thursday morning. There is that risk of freezing rain during parts of the commute down Highway 97. Then we got a good line of snow coming through on Thursday. So watch yourself. You got traveling plans in the Caribou, in the Prince George region. That Highway 16 corridor is going to be pretty bad. There's going to seem, as you get into the evening, definitely going to be looking like heavy snow has been falling in the Pine Pass. The Peace is going to be taking a lot of it over on the Alberta side, taking quite a bit of it. Snow down to -6 in Edmonton. Wow, we were having very nice warm days here on this side. Of course, as that low starts to pass through, it's dragging a little bit colder air down behind us. So we're seeing at 4 in the morning on Friday, 5 a.m., -8 in McBride. A little bit chillier, -9 in Hinton. Not too bad, though. 4 degrees down in Kelowna as you get into the daytime on Friday. And here comes that mess of weather on Friday that I'm really not looking forward to, because that's what I'm probably going to have to drive through to get down to Penticton for the show. By the way, I'm looking for someone to babysit my dog. And if anyone between Wells and Penticton wants to take care of a cute little Kenny this weekend, I don't know what to do with him right now. And it's like I made this plan to go somewhere, but it's been so long since I went anywhere that I forgot. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta take care of like things in my life in order to do things. And so I got this plan to go down south, but I don't have a sitter for my dog yet. And I don't know, maybe I could take him with me, but I don't have my own vehicle. I don't know. It's just not it's not good right now. So hate to rely on the same people all the time. That's the thing. I'm trying to reach out there and hope that somebody else out there is like, you know what, we'll help you. So messy until things going to start clearing on Saturday finally. Yeah, a little bit, but we have that little bit of a risk for thunderstorm. Environment Canada saying down there, and you know what, it's not showing up on the models, but you know when you look at kind of how things have been trending the last few days and how the maps have been changing, maybe they're right. Maybe by this weekend we're going to see something change in the maps here that gives us a better look at it. Okay, what's going to be happening too is I'm not going to be home from Friday to at least Sunday night, maybe longer, till at least Monday night, I think. So it would be really hard for me to make forecasts for you. So I'm going to do my best tomorrow to get a couple more things out for you. But you're going to be on your own for a couple of days as well while I'm on the road. I might be able to put some shorts out and things like that. But in terms of having a full forecast, no. But things are clearing through the weekend. You can see temperatures will be a little chillier. It looks like Prince George is getting down to minus 11 overnight on Sunday. Well, we'll see Saturday night into Sunday. We'll see. Okay, that's a different topic for a different time. Seeing as we had a couple fatalities on the mountains the other day, I thought I should bring this up. From storms to spring. This was on Monday they put this out. It's no secret spring can offer some of the most enjoyable conditions, says Tyson Riet, Wendy Lewis, Avalanche forecasters. Great blog. Thank you very much for making this. So they're talking about things that you might want to consider here to have a safe and enjoyable spring adventure. So changes on the horizon. That's already been changing, as you know. Temperatures have been warming up. Significant warming event has brought a serious rise in avalanche danger this week and shifts us into more spring-like conditions. Freezing levels are up towards 3,000 meters, impacting the south coast Tuesday and seeping into the southern interior Wednesday. So we're looking forward to come on. It's so overcast and cloudy here. It is 3.5 degrees above zero, but it just feels like we're being ripped off in wells for the heat right now. The sun is being blocked out. Okay, large destructive avalanches are a major concern as persistent weak layers across forecast regions could become active. Right, there'll be an extra layer of complexity. There'll be an extra layer of complexity. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking. Typical spring avalanche hazards to watch out for. Wet, loose avalanches, okay? So sunshine and warm temperatures weaken the snowpack, reducing cohesion, increasing the likelihood of avalanche. Morning sun impacts east-facing slope, shifting to south and west aspects in the afternoon with the strongest warming near rocky outcrops. Snow that doesn't refreeze overnight deteriorates faster as daytime temperatures rise. Rain on snow events rapidly destabilize the snowpack. These are some of the reasons why many of our most deadly avalanches happen at this time of year. Persistent slab avalanches, okay, rapid warming can trigger buried weak layers. Dormant weak layers from January and February may become active again. These layers are widespread across forecast regions. Large avalanches may run to valley bottom, often into terrain where recreationists would not expect overhead danger. The risk is especially high during the first major warm-up of the season. Okay, we're trying our best to get this out to you. Cornices. Looked at one of those on my video the other day here. Sun and warm temperatures weaken these overhanging masses of snow. Cornices can break suddenly, posing serious hazard for anyone on the ridge or the slope below. Cornice falls are large loads that have potential to trigger deeply buried weak layers, producing large avalanches. Trying our best to help you here, people. Storm and wind slabs. Instabilities often linger on high elevation north-facing slopes where they are the last to be affected by spring warming and are protected from the sun. Convective flurries are short-lived. Localized weather events can deliver sudden bursts of heavy snow, reduce visibility, and gusty winds. They can elevate avalanche danger. All right, you getting the idea here. The good news, check your avalanche forecasts. Avoid exposure to avalanche terrain, right? Remember to check snowpack and avalanche problems. They'll vary significantly with elevation. Conditions can deteriorate rapidly. Be prepared to step back to simple terrain. Avoid overhead hazards. Minimize your exposure. If you're traveling on exposed slopes, do so early in the day before warming and sun weaken snow surfaces and cornices. Don't be number 8 to die, friends. Last thing we'll go have a quick look at. Is there much of a change today in the avalanche potential? A little bit. Yeah, we got definitely the caribous now in the reds as well. So I'll get my face out of the way here and we'll look at the details. Temperatures are expected to increase, which may cause very large persistent slab avalanches. You're putting your life in jeopardy going out there today, friends. Man, it's not good. It's not good. These are very, very trying times at this time of year when the snow is melting. You got the sun on things. You got things are softening up, moving, loosening, and you got rain coming on top. You got all these different things that should be screaming warning signs to you. And back up into the reds in the Stewart area, north of Stewart. You had a day off there, just down to considerable, but you're back up to the reds. So warm temperatures and complex snowpack are causing avalanche problems. Dangerous avalanche conditions are expected today on Wednesday. I sure hope. I know it's too late. You get these words out and people are already out in the mountains playing by this time of day. What can you do? Do our best, try our best for you. Okay, that's the show for today, everybody. Hit like, share, subscribe. Although I do have one more thing I want to talk about, actually really briefly, before I do, because so many people are good to me and send me good, like Claire, you make me giggle, love the variety show, accurate forecasts, small thanks. Thank you very much, Claire. Really appreciate this. And then a nice letter as well with some great suggestions from Kathleen Palm. Hi, Joey. Thanks for your excellent channel full of information and originality. Thank you very much, Kathleen, for the letter. I like some of your suggestions here. They're good suggestions. And there's always more to talk about for the weather. It's just, sometimes I get into these patterns where I'm not very excited about it. Well, as you can tell, there's a lot more weather going on right now, so I'm a lot more excited making lots of weather videos right now. Other thing I got to talk about is Gwendolyn Manning. Thank you very much. Thanks for helping me, as you have almost every month, right? And then Della Davidson, thanks for kicking in more to the Patreon. We got a new Patreon member, Debbie Jackins, $25 Patreon member. That's so crazy. That's so much. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Kelly Thompson, who threw a good donation in this last week. I can't thank you enough. And Ian as well, Ian McGugan. It's all you that are keeping me going, because I went through this period here where the channel wasn't succeeding, and it was like, man, I'm losing money, I'm losing people, what am I going to do? And the reason I managed to survive the winter was because of a lot of you people, and now we're getting close to my work season, and I'll do my best to keep being weatherman all season long, of course, even when I'm busy out working fires and whatnot. Do the best I can for you, and we'll continue to do the best I can for you here in the channel. And I just like to imagine someday we get to that 10,000 number this year. That's the goal for this year. Click that subscribe. Help me get to 10,000. That would be so amazing, friends. Okay, we'll talk to you next time. Take care out there. Stay safe. More details if more starts happening in the afternoon. Okay, that's it.